What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Quadcast, the show where we get real, get raw, and get loud about mental health, substance use, and the fight to take our lives back.
Each episode, we're cutting through the stigma, dropping knowledge, sharing stories, and bringing the heat with guests who have lived it and aren't afraid to talk about it.
So turn it up, lock in, and let's break barriers, spark change, and build a community that refuses to stay silent. You're tuned into the Quadcast, and let's get into it.
You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, or email us. The Quadcast is always looking for new guests, whether you're individuals that have experienced it, you're in law enforcement, treatment programs, nurses, doctors, or anyone that just has something to say. Come share your story with us on mental health or substance abuse.
Warning, there's cussing in this video. If you don't like swear words, well, you're
watching the wrong damn show.
Let's touch on family aspect a little bit. How does working in forensic nursing affect your family life? We touched on it a little bit at the beginning, but we didn't really go back.
My kids understand that I have to go help somebody, but they're still young enough that they don't understand the actual aspect of what I'm doing to help this individual and what's happened to this individual.
Right.
So the biggest thing is like, my husband, he understands at the time. So like if I need to come home and just debrief or I need a minute to myself, then I take a minute and then I get back to family. Sometimes like I don't just sit at home all the time when I'm on call. We're out doing stuff with family. So sometimes my family has to understand like I may have to go help somebody. My little one, my youngest one, has realized that sometimes mom just needs to come home and needs cuddles. So I get my cuddles. And I can't talk about what I do. They just know that I have to go out and help somebody. My littlest one calls me a superhero. So I tell her that mommy has to go out and help somebody. And she's like, are you going to be a superhero? And I'm like, yes. I work a lot at night, so sometimes my littlest one has to understand that I may not be home in the morning, that daddy has to take care of her. It depends on the aspects of what's going on at that time.
Sure. And you have a lot of other roles too.
It never stops.
So how do you protect your family from the emotional weight of your work?
The biggest thing is I take time to myself and I read a book or I go to the gym. Those are my me times. And if I need them, which most of the time I take those times when my kids are in school, so they don't see it.
Sure.
Or if mommy needs to sleep, they understand that I just need a minute to sleep. So that's the biggest is like, I try not to bring, like I said earlier, I leave.
You still know what sleep is.
I do. They understand. Like I do my best that when I leave the hospital, everything's left at the hospital. Sometimes I do have to bring my work home and like chart. And my littlest one understands that mommy has her computer out. You can't look at what's on mommy's computer.
Right.
So that way, like, and she knows. But I do my best. Oh, quit you two. Sorry.
Okay. Mine are over here whining and
I think that's why my two are barking.
Yeah.
You're fine. It's on the computer. But like I try my best to do things when they're not around.
Right.
So that way like it's not affecting time because they're both in school. So I try not to take time away from them because it's not fair.
Sure. So what does a strong support system look like for you?
My family and my coworkers. My coworkers really understand what we all go through. And if we all need a minute or we take some time, once a year we do like, this year we're going to do it in February, but we take some time and we get away and just all of us do like presents. Like we normally do it around Christmas. But they understand what we deal with and we talk about things that can't be discussed without like breaking HIPAA and stuff like that.
Sure.
We do our best if we need the help, to ask if something else going on in our personal life. I mean, we're constantly talking, celebrating little wins, asking for prayers if we need for something. Like, I think my work is one of my biggest support systems. Sure. And the second one is my family. My dad knows what I go through law enforcement. My husband knows what I go through. My kids eventually will probably understand, but part of that is educating them as to right and wrong without outright telling them. My stepmom used to be a forensic nurse, so she understands what I go through. Everybody else kind of knows what I do, but I don't discuss a lot. Like, it doesn't leave my work or my house. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then that's the emotional, but then also the gym. People at gym know my job, but I don't discuss any specifics with them. Sure. I go in, and if I'm having a bad day, I just explain work, or if I'm tired, and all my coaches understand.
Sure.
So
obviously it has, but how has forensic nursing changed how you view family, relationships, or safety?
Oh, the safety aspect is the biggest thing. I don't think it's changed my family relationships. Mm-hmm. I think the safety is I want to shield my kids from everything that's going on in this world. And I have a 9-year-old boy and a 4-year-old little girl. And I want the 9-year-old to understand as he gets older, consent and what's right and what's wrong. And then I want my 4-year-old who quit dogs. I want my 4-year-old to understand that if she doesn't want to do something, I'm not forcing her to do it.
Right.
Unless it's necessary. Like, if she doesn't want to get dressed to go to school, that's something different. But like, if she doesn't want to hug somebody because she doesn't
have those problems.
No, not at all. She didn't want to go this morning after school, after winter break. But like, I want my 4-year-old to understand that if she doesn't want to hug somebody, then she doesn't have to. I'm not forcing physical touch on them or stuff like that.
Sure.
So definitely the safety aspect, and because forensic nursing is not like the CSI. It's not this random individual that you meet on the street that pulls you in an alleyway and sexually assaults you. No, it's people that are a lot closer to you. So I'm not forcing her to do something that she doesn't want to do within reason.
Sure. I get that. Are there ways that this work has strengthened your appreciation for family life?
I think so. And I won't just say it's the work. I want to say it's the schedule. Because I used to have to do 3 12s in the ER, and I'd spend those 3 days, 12 hours more because travel time and clocking in and everything, almost probably 14 hours a day away from my family. Now that my position is on call, and as long as I'm within that hour of the hospital, I get to do a lot more with my family. I get to spend a lot more time, which is one of the reasons I took this job. When it fell into my lap, the schedule and the people are phenomenal, and I can't do anything better because I get to spend all that extra time with my family and at home, and I'm not missing dinners and school activities and sports and stuff like that. As long as my phone is answered and I'm there within an hour, I'm doing my own thing.
Sure. What activities help you reconnect with family after intense work periods?
A lot of the things that we like to do during like late spring all the way until like Halloween, because we go on a camping trip for Halloween, is we camp. I guess glamp is the right way to say. We have a fifth wheel camper.
That's okay. It's still camping, technically.
It is. Yes. my kids absolutely love camping. Sure. And then
what kid wouldn't?
Yeah. We camp with friends, we camp with family, we camp, we travel, we take special trips for the kids. So I take the girls I work with are phenomenal, and we sit down, and if somebody needs a certain time off, we don't actually have to burn our time off. Sure. Because we work our schedules so well with each other. So I'm not stressing about having to take the time off from work. We take the kids. We're actually taking them this weekend to a water park for their Christmas gift. Nice. So they're going to get some time as a family. So that we try to do family activities, and that's the best thing is they know that when mom has her extra phone, because I try to keep my work-life balance completely separate. I don't need my personal phone calling 24/7 of investigators or Commonwealth or whatever. They know that when mom has that extra phone, mom might have to go, but it's an extra, and then they might get something else to spend time with dad or something. So they'll get one-on-one time. But
sure,
I just stress when I have my extra phone. I don't have to stress when I don't. Like, is my phone going to ring? Am I going to have to leave?
Right. You don't have that extra thing hanging over your head.
Yes. And when I do have that extra one, it does hang over my head because we do try to plan other stuff, but sure. My first priority is work that day.
No. What has been the biggest adjustment for your family since you entered that?
Again, I think it's that mom is home almost all the time, sure. Unless mom has that phone rings and mom has to leave. So they understand mom's home all the time. So they've gotten used to mom being home. But then when I actually have to go, they're heartbroken because they're used to mom being home a lot sure. More than because like I said, my little one, I was 6 months old when I started this position, so she didn't know any different. She just knows mom's home all the time now. And my husband likes to joke, I don't go to work, but then I tell him that when I go to work, it's a bad day. So they understand that. So that's, I think, my littlest one has a hard adjustment. Mom's home all the time. We can do whatever. And then when mom actually has to go, she struggles.
Sure. So what lessons from forensic nursing carry over into your family relationships?
I want to say what I recently just said is that I'm not going to force my kids to do something they're not going to want to do within reason.
Boundaries.
Yes. I think that's the biggest thing is what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And because my stepson, it's hard. I have to draw the line to being the parent, but also I'm not his mom and I'm not trying to replace her.
Right.
But so I helped raise him, but only to a certain fault. Sure. I'm actually having to raise my little one that my husband and I have together. Right. So that, I guess, yeah, boundaries is plainest way to put it is with her, okay, is this appropriate? Is this not appropriate?
Right.
And as a female versus a male versus my stepson, it's hard.
It's hard. I'm a girl dad. It's hard.
Yeah. And then some of the questions we asked during the history taking, and it's I have to explain that to my kids. And then I tell the parents half the time, I'm I don't even think I could answer this for my kids. I don't expect you to answer it for yours, but
it would be hard. It would be super hard. What advice would you give to forensic nurses or nurses period who are worried about how the job might affect their family life?
Find an outlet. Find your coping mechanisms, and hopefully they're healthy. If they are unhealthy, they might affect your family, and then it's just going to be a downward spiral from there.
Sure.
Like I said, the gym is mine. I love the gym. I go and spend 30 minutes to myself. I don't think about anything else. They tell me what to do. They tell me what exercises to do. And then I don't have to think about anything else. So my brain is just shut off for a little bit. So find healthy mechanisms and keep your work at work. And then hopefully you can focus on your family time.
Sure. So what do you wish families of forensic nurses understood better about the work?
I don't know if this plays for me, but I know a few of my other coworkers, their husbands don't work in medical field or law enforcement.
Your family is very adverse.
Yes. So really kind of understand the work we do and the toll it could possibly take. Like if I take a minute and I just snap on somebody, don't take it personally. Just means hard shift.
Sure. Last one on this, but how do you define balance for yourself at this stage of your career?
I think it is the time. I spend the 3/12s focused on ready for work if needed. And then I spend the rest of the time family time. Like that's their time. Most of the time gets undivided. Sometimes I have to chart and it can't wait until my next shift that I'm on call.
Sure.
It can't wait until I get back into the office. It has to be done within a certain time frame, or other people are needing stuff immediately, like answers immediately. So I need to take a couple minutes, but the majority of my time I focus my work within my 3/12s. And then now that my kids are back in school, as long as they're in school, I can still do whatever I need to.
Sure.
So the gym, if I need to chart for work, if I need to go into work to do something, and then it's not taking away from family time in the evening with them or on the weekends.
Well, that kind of wraps up everything that I have for you. I did put it out there for questions from other people. I had one. This segment's kind of let me down the past 2 times. Nobody wants to participate.
It's hard. A lot of people don't know what happens and what exists.
I can only imagine there's a lot of people that didn't understand all the
the acronyms.
Yes. Your name.
Yeah.
Much like myself. But the one question that we have is, how many times in the ER, and this is within your legality to answer, are there mistakes made, and that is being like crucial mistakes?
So I don't know, because they really like crucial mistakes they keep under wraps.
Sure, why not?
But the biggest thing is to learn from it. Like if you make a mistake, own up to it first thing and start the process of what you need to do to fix it. Sure. So whether it's tell the next person in charge, like do what you can to fix it and then deal with the fallout later. Is a learning experience. Is it something you didn't have the education for? So that's why it was a crucial mistake. But don't ever try to hide it. Hiding it always makes it worse. But as is for the number, no idea. I mean, I've been present for probably quite a few things. I don't think, knock on wood, even if I did, I don't think I could say anything anything myself.
Sure.
But in the ER, things get busy, especially in my facility. Lots of patients, lots of waiting time. But you have to remember you're part of a team, so it may not just be just you as a downfall.
And you're human. Mistakes happen.
Human things happen.
Even in professional careers, mistakes happen.
Yes, we do everything that we can to prevent it. Education, asking questions, asking for help, but you fix what you can at the moment, and then you deal with the downfall later. Like, can you Is it something that you should have known and didn't have the education? Is it something you forgot? Something that nobody else knew? A freak accident? It's not just you. But for the number, I don't think I can give a specific number because I don't know. I'm not part of leadership.
That would be hard. All right. Well, so that kind of wraps up the main part. Before we kind of close it out, is there anything that we didn't cover that you would like to talk about? Any thoughts, insight, stories that you feel that may be important to explore? This is kind of I'll give you a kind of a break from my questioning and let you ramble if you'd like.
I don't think so. I think I know I've answered quite a few questions the exact same, but I think we like everything that I'm within reason to say. We discussed, and hopefully this reaches a lot of people and people actually like understand what we do, and like forensics are out there and they're available. You just have to know your resources, and I mean, hopefully it helps even just one person. That's all that matters.
That's kind of the whole goal behind it. Is it may not reach 1 million people, but if it reaches one and kind of opens up the door for just the knowledge of that's out there and somebody in that situation that may need that down the road, and the understanding behind being able to be in that situation with somebody that's there to help them.
Yeah. And I just want to help, even if it's just one person.
Just as much as there's a stigma behind mental health and substance use, there's a stigma behind help, period.
Yeah.
And domestic violence or any type of sexual assault. Like, there's a stigma behind it all. But it all falls into substance use and mental health at some point.
And I will tell anybody that will listen that people, like growing up in law enforcement and even being married in it and EMS, like people, like I understand it happens, but until I actually got into the position, I didn't realize how much it happens and how much is not out there. Like you'll hear about the SVU stuff, like the random assault, as to what, like when it happened, or like court proceedings and stuff like that. But there's so much more that goes on behind closed doors that people don't know about. And that's why people don't know about us and that we exist. And even being a survivor of domestic violence myself, not with my current situation, or my husband. I'll just put that out there. But like, I'm like, once you've gone through it, you're a survivor.
So how has that affected like how you proceed at work? Like, does that drive you to push harder? Like, does that influence your decisions some? Like,
yes. And that's probably one of the reasons that I took this position, along many others, is mine wasn't physical. It was more like psychological. And there's not a lot you can do for that, but I want them to realize that I'm on the same level as them, like my patients, and that I've made it through and that something has happened to me, and I want them to believe that there is somebody out there like them, and that they can make it through, and that they have somebody like I can relate on their level.
Yeah. So has that helped you gain like a rapport with people?
Some people, like I said, mine wasn't like physical or anything like that. So, but it's still a form of domestic.
Right.
So I think in that situation, it has helped some, but a lot of people still have a hard time relating and feeling like they're alienated, like they're the only one that's ever had this problem.
Right.
And I tell people there's a reason my job exists. There's a reason I'm here. And it's not just, you're not the first one and we're just now having to educate everybody on it. Unfortunately, you're not the first and you're not going to be the last. So we do what we can.
So how much involvement does your job have with like CPS?
As long as it's a kid or a domestic between parents that a kid was present for, we involve CPS all the time.
Do you generally have a good working relationship with CPS, or is it hard to work with CPS?
Both. Depends on the department. Cool. And just like every other job aspect field out there, people get burned out, and then you can only do so much with what you have.
Sure.
And just like with law enforcement, you can only do so much if you have the evidence. With sure. CPS along the way, you can only do so much if you have the evidence. And it's hard sometimes, depending on the case, to advocate for the patient and the support that we need.
Sure. It's all systems combined is not working together. So.
And I've said this multiple times during this interview, that it's just one piece of the puzzle.
Absolutely.
If unfortunately not all the puzzle pieces fit together to get the big picture that we want in the end.
They're never going to, but we could do a heck of a lot better than we are as to fitting those together. And I think we're losing sight of that in the big picture, to be honest.
And it's the education. You start one way, and then
there's just so much politically driven drama out there that I think forces these things into what we're experiencing today.
And it's not that people don't try. It's just like law enforcement. You can't do anything without the evidence. You can only do so much with what you have.
Yeah. And I mean, that goes for every lawmaker out there too.
Mm-hmm.
You can only do so much with what little support that you have to change it, because the money is changing it one way or another, and you have no power over it.
Yep. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to do the job.
Unfortunately, it only gets harder.
Yep.
So, well, if you don't have anything else, we'll kind of close it out and finish up here. And I appreciate you taking the time to spend 2 hours with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. You don't have anything else?
I'm good. I think that's it.
All right. Well, much appreciated. And I'll keep you up to date on when this actually drops, and we'll go from there.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Quadcast.
Remember, breaking stigma doesn't stop when the episode ends. We're building a movement, and you're a part of it. Stay strong, stay aware, and stay connected.
This is the Quadcast, signing out.